Yes, class. Please open the cameras, all of you. Then I'll start with the class. Yeah, Shaima, I have to make an announcement also for that. Let everyone set in. Yes, others, I'm waiting. Shaima, Sabiha, Ali. Ali and Sabiha. Yeah, meeting is already on focus mode, please. Sabiha, you are also there in the class and you have to follow the instructions, please. Every time I don't have to repeat these. Okay, she's not feeling today and she left. Yeah, okay, it's okay, Ali. C class, regarding the doubt session. Okay, Jasleen was absent yesterday. Shaima is also saying, see, regarding the doubt sessions, I have to make an announcement also because, Zainab, I think yesterday Zainab was there. Yeah, Zainab was having the doubt session already. So, what we are planning for the doubt sessions, we are also about to conduct your vivas on a regular basis because in the class, many students are there not responding. Many students think that the other student is available to respond. You have the opportunity for not unmuting yourself and everything. So is there. So some students, I'll just call out the name of a student that should not today, from the next class, means Saturday. It's Sunday today, Saturday. Saturday and Sunday, you all have your classes. Just listen to me first, listen to the instructions first. Then I'll start with the gravitational field. It's a short topic. We'll be able to complete it today, hopefully. And gravitation is itself a shorter chapter. So just pay attention to me once. When this Viva thing is that, I'll just tell the Jesslyn, please open the camera. Okay, Jesslyn, you were absent yesterday. What happened?
I had to study for my chemistry exam.
Okay. So basically, when you are having these class sessions, and in between, I ask you questions in the starting of the session. Few students are there who are responding properly. And when all the students are there, so the questions also get divided. Suppose a student doesn't know the answer of a question and the other student knows it, but the question is passed on, so you are not even attempting it, and many issues are there. Many students are not responding properly in the class. Okay, right now your exams are approaching. You have to gear up class, right? So that's why what we are going to do, not today but next week, one full week is there. I'll tell one or two students name, okay, who have to stay back after the class tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow you have to stay after the class. Not tomorrow, sorry, Saturday. Saturday you have to stay after the class. And I'll tell you the syllabus also. You will be having a session of 15 minutes or half an hour. Like this will go throughout the leftover sessions, okay, throughout the session which is left. Regarding your doubts also, I have received complaints earlier and that the classes were not being arranged and there was an issue when the text was sent to the team but no response was done and all. So the best way is that when you are present in this class, like today you all are present, and suppose let's say Shaima is having a doubt. So Shaima, you are going to stay after the class, okay? Like not today because you are not prepared for today. For the next Saturday, I'm seeing. So next Saturday, it will be your doubt session. Complete doubt session, half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour after the class, whatever time is taken. Like yesterday, we had a session with Zainab also after the class. So some derivation doubts were there and that was completed. Though yesterday, because she wasn't informed before, so she joined late also. Otherwise, it would have been completed before 11 o'clock, I think. So likewise, you all will be having doubt sessions. And some days, if not doubt session, then you'll be having the extra vivas. Okay. Though in the class, I ask you questions, but that viva, you have to take it properly because on the basis of that viva, I'll share a feedback to the team. And if I feel that you are not performing up to the expectation or anything, then a message will be sent to your parents also. So take these viva seriously, and I don't ask very tough questions in the class. Even in the class, you have seen all of you basic questions which are done. Okay, so those questions only are going to be asked. It's just that it's for your revision. So for next Saturday, Shaima is going to have her doubt classes. Okay, Shaima, next Saturday you have to stay back. Whether the reminder is shared with you or not, whether I mention this in the class or not, straight away in the next class you're not going to leave. That's it. Okay. And whatever doubts you are having, whether it's the numerical, whether it's the theory part, you are just going to clarify it. That's how we are going to do. And for Sunday, next Sunday, Ali, Ali Muhammad, next week, okay, you're not going to attend the classes. Okay, see, exams are going to go on. Okay, and Alina Aftab.
Yes, ma'am.
You and Ali Mohammed for Sunday. Or Ali, you can leave for this because I think less students are there in this batch, so one student will do good. So Alina, you will be having your viva on Sunday. Okay, after the class. What will be the topic? Topic will be whatever is completed in today's class. From the starting of the gravitation chapter. Okay, Newton's law of gravitation was the first section, and this gravitational field this part is the next section. Whatever will be completed by today, that will be asked. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Saturday's class. Okay, then appear for the doubt session because exam is there. And 2 doubt sessions you were saying, so you have lots of questions, mean they cannot be answered in one class. Is it something like that?
Ma'am, I'm not sure. Based on the first hour session, I will decide whether I want one more or not.
Okay, just precautionary you were saying for 2 classes.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you can, okay. I'll see if one class can be arranged in the week. Okay. If Shaima is not having the doubt classes on Saturday, Alina, because if it is arranged in between, so Alina, you be prepared for Saturday. Okay. Saturday, Sunday, that won't make any difference because anyways, I'm not including the Saturday syllabus. Let's start with the class. Lots of time has been involved in this. So gravitational field, we have to start with gravitational field. So it is the space around the mass in which the gravitational forces are existing. See, there is a source mass. This is a source mass. Source mass is present and there is a space around this source mass. Now I have taken a smaller mass. Yeah, Zainab, you can. Is on next Sunday. In between also you can. And on Saturday, we are there. Alina's Viva will be postponed. That will happen. You can just tell us, okay? So yeah, test mass is there. This is the test mass. So basically, let's say I have the mass here. Initially, I have this mass here. This is the main source mass which is present, and I have a mass present here. Now, when I am bringing this source mass closer, I'm seeing nothing is happening. Okay, here nothing is happening. Then I am bringing it much closer, nothing is happening. I'm bringing it much closer, nothing is happening. When exactly I'm at this point, I can feel a sense of pulling. Basically, that is the gravitational force. So I can feel the gravitational force. So here, when you're talking about that separation, it was till this point. When I was bringing it closer, it is this point, the test mass. But when I was able to experience that gravitational force, that force, it was within this vicinity of the source mass. Basically, every mass has a space around itself where the gravitational force's influence is present. If you want to check, you can bring another mass and check it and check what is the range, what is the distance. And it's the property of a single mass, because see, if a single mass is existing, it will be having its own gravitational force, gravitational field around it. But when we are talking about gravitational force, we had seen that two masses are compulsory for the gravitational force, Newton's gravitational force. With the help of one mass, you can never calculate the force, which will be exerting on what? It's a question of that. So mass is what? This is basically a test mass, and this is movable. And I can move it closer. This is a source mass which is stationary. Why stationary? So as to analyze it, if this also starts moving and this also starts moving, then we will not be able to see the influence. This has to be stationary. Then only we can, if both are moving, then this will be also having its own field. It will also be having its own field. So we have made it stationary, and this is movable. And this is moving closer to this this test mass is moving closer to the stationary source mass, and we are experiencing some force. So basically the space which is confined around any mass, this space is the gravitational field where you can experience the gravitational properties. So it is the space around a mass in which its gravitational force exists. Property of at least one mass is a property of at least one mass. Gravitational field intensity. Write down this, then I'll tell you gravitational field intensity. Second point means that it's a property of a single mass, means even if you have a single mass which is present, around that gravitational field will be existing. But for gravitational force, you require minimum 2 masses. But for gravitational field, minimum 1 mass is enough, because around every mass there will be a sphere, which is the gravitational field. Okay. Yeah. Done. Now, gravitational field intensity. See, gravitational field intensity will basically tell you the strength of the gravitational field at a point. So I'll write down this definition also. Please open the cameras. Strength of gravitational field. Strength of gravitational field at a point. Means whether it's strong, it's weak, or what. So best method is that basically what was the gravitational field? It was the force only, technically it was the force only, but the force that was being exerted on the test mass. So force experienced by the test mass, we represent the gravitational field intensity with the help of the symbol I, and the force per unit mass. This is the gravitational field intensity. Means this is the gravitational field around the mass. What is its intensity? Whether it has a high intensity, or it has a moderate intensity, or it has a low intensity. These are provided through it. So F is for the force, M is for the mass. And SI unit, yes, Sabiha, SI unit, you can at least tell us. Sabia, you're attending the classes? You are sick, so I understand you cannot open the camera for today. But please respond, Sabia, if you're there in the class. Okay, Sabia. Correct, Zainab. Newton. No, Zainab. Yours is incorrect. The denominator is incorrect. Abir, correct. Newton per kg. Newton per meter. It's the mass. Okay. So this is Newton per kg. Yeah, do not write it right now. It's a short part. You can write it later. So gravitational field for a point mass. Now class, why I was saying that this chapter is important, I had mentioned you also that this is related to your electrostatics chapter in class 12. You will have electric field for a point mass, potential for a point mass, and same pattern is there. There Coulomb's law is there. Here we have Newton's law. So class, please keep this chapter alert in your mind. Like it is not just for the exam purpose. Like some things are there that we just learn and throw it in the exam and that's over. Like your second book, the properties of bulk matter, solids and fluids. It's not very important. It's important for your class 11th. 11th में उसकी बहुत weightage है. Especially the fluids. Solids तो बहुत छोटा chapter है, but at least the fluids chapter has a lot of weightage. But it won't be used in your class 12. So some things are there that are going to be used in your class 12. So that you cannot forget. So you have to here stay alert. Alert in the sense, whatever you are learning, just keep it in your conscious that yes, this is the formula like this. So this was just a reminder so that you are studying this chapter properly. So a mass is there. This is our source mass. And suppose this is the gravitational boundary. And here we are having the test mass. This is which mass? This is the test mass. Why we say this is the test mass? Because through this only we are able to detect. And there has to be a distance between them, small r. Jesslyn, you tell me what is the formula of force here? What is the force here? Jesslyn. Am I not able to hear her or everybody? I cannot hear Jesslyn. Can anyone confirm? Are you able to hear her?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Jesslyn, if you're able to hear me, I think you are because you've responded. Your voice isn't audible. There must be some connectivity issues because I'm able to hear Abir's voice and other students' voice. Jesslyn, you can text. If you are able to hear me and there is no issue, you can text. Just tell me the magnitude of the force here. Taima's answer is right. Jesslyn, what type of answer you're giving me? No, Jesleen, firstly, I cannot hear you, which you are asking, but the answer which you're giving is absolutely incorrect. We are studying gravitation. Gravitation chapter is going on. Newton's law of gravitation we have covered. And I want that formula, not other Newton's formula. No, Zainab, this is not moment of inertia, Zainab, which you are answering. What happened, class? I think only Abir and one more student had answered. Shaima. They have Shaima and Abir have answered this correctly. Why are you people, other students, giving vague answers? What is mass into radius? Mass into radius. F is equal to ma is from the Newton's law. Newton's law of gravitation, not Newton's laws of motion. Yeah, Ali, your answer is right, but both the masses are not small m. Yes, Jasleen, try. Now, Zainab, you also try. Yeah, correct, but put the values. I have this question in front of you. Yes, Jovita, correct. No gravitational constant, Zainab, or a typing error, or you don't remember. I hope this is a typing error. If you're going to forget capital G, this I am reminding everybody, capital G with the value everybody should remember. Yeah, Jesleen, the formula is fine, but what is M1? What is M2? Here in this figure which I have written. This is the only question which I'm asking. This figure, the test mass, the source mass, exactly. So I have given the masses. No, I have given capital M, I have given small m. So no need to write M1, M2. Okay, straight away, if you have the masses, if values were given, then you would have directly put the values. Suppose I told you that is 5 kg and other is 2 kg. So will you put it as 5 into 2 kg or you will put it as M1 into M2? You'll put it as 5 into 2 kgs. So likewise here, the mass is capital M. And same thing for Zainab also and for Ali also, that don't put M1, M2 when you have the masses. Because you have to do the derivation also. And in the derivations, if you're going to write M1, M2, then there will be a question put up on you, what is M1 and what is M2. When you have all these masses present, utilize it. Okay. Yeah, so Newton's law of gravitation, finally, from all of you, I have the answers, and finally, we have the common answer that this is capital G, capital M, small m by r square. Okay, this is the force that we have. And this is which law? This is from the Newton's law. Newton's law of gravitation, not Newton's laws of motion. Newton's laws of motion, those three laws of motion, inertia, acceleration, and action reaction. Those are the laws of motion. They are particularly about kinematics, and this is about gravitation. So do not get confused. We are going to use it somewhere. We are going to apply it. But when the law of Newton's gravitation is asked, then restrict yourself here. Now, intensity, we have already, the derivation is actually very simple. We have given so much time to it. It's force by mass, which we have studied. What was the force? G, capital M, small m by r square. This mass is present, mm cancelled. What is the formula of intensity? G, capital M by r square. A similar formula to your acceleration due to gravity. But that time it was the radius of the earth. This is any separation. Okay. What do we have next? The question. So very easy question is this. 2 kg separated by 3 meters to this point P. I is equal to capital G, capital M by small r square. What is capital G? What is the value of capital G? Yeah, someone has answered. Abir, 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. She's right. 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg. 6.66 into 10 to the power minus 11 Zainab. I think either your typing is wrong today or your physics is wrong today. Minus 11. Okay, Newton meter square per kg square. Mass is simply 2 kg. Radius is 3 meters, so 3 into 3. Now class, for the calculation purpose, see this is, you cannot take this as completely 6, right? Because it is more than and a lot more than 6, not even just 6.01 or something. Like we take in Avogadro's number, usually we take it as 6 into 10 to the power 23. You typed fast. It's okay, Zainab. This is not a race. You can type slow, but just give the accurate answer. Okay. Because we are not chatting. You can take your time here. All right. And if anything is missed, just edit it. I think now editing option must be there. है Zoom में कि नहीं? It's there. So just edit it. So that I know whether it's your typing mistake or it's your physics mistake. Okay. Yeah, so straight away, I'm just writing a rough value for this. 12.2 into 10 to the power minus 11 divided by 9. And this will be Newton per kg. Class, one thing I'll tell you, when you have the numericals usually based on this formula. Okay. Masses will be given, the radius will be given, and you have to find out the answer. So class, at that time, it will be very confusing for you to write the unit. Because when you have the formula force by mass, it's very easy to relate that it is Newton per kg. But when you have such a formula gm by r square, so usually we tend to write meter per second square because it is similar to acceleration. So in that case, do not just be careful with this unit. That's what I'm saying. Write it. We'll see other things. See, class, superposition principle, I want to discuss with you because one thing that I want to tell you about superposition principle is that this principle is not limited to your any one of the chapters. Okay, superposition principle is a general principle which says that when you have n number of quantities, like here we are talking about n number of masses, whether it's a single mass, whether it's a double, means two masses are existing, three masses are existing, n number of masses are existing. So in superposition principle, this principle is a principle solely, means it does not need the gravitation chapter or the gravitation forces. No, you can apply it anywhere. It's just that it says that calculate individual quantities and add it algebraically or vectorically as per the need. Okay, this will come the whole time in your class 12th also, here also. Now, let's come to the topic particularly. Now, let's see superposition principle in gravitational field intensity. So this superposition principle, first mass is calculated as gm by r1 square. Second is calculated by gm by r2 square. Third, gm3 by r3 square. Gm4 by r4 square, like this and number. Ultimately, what do you have to do? You have to vectorically add all of them. I1 plus I2 plus I3 up till INth. Vector sum you have to follow. That's it. That's what the superposition principle is. So the superposition principle says that the net field at a point P is the vector sum of all the individual intensities. Okay. And one more point, when you have a symmetrical system distribution, at the center you will get the gravitational intensity 0. Okay, it will be 0 at the center if you have a symmetrical figure. Means if this is A, this is A, this has to be A. It won't be 2A. If this is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, this is 60 degree. Equilateral triangle. Circle is already symmetrical. Square, not a rectangle. Okay, so you all know what are symmetrical figures. Write down this part also and then try this question. This question I'll be discussing. Then 2 questions are there. First, you write down superposition principle. Okay, C class, let us discuss this question. So basically the point where the gravitational field is 0, we say that is the neutral point. Let's say some point n is there. And let's say the x separation is there from 2 kg. So total is 10 meters. So this will be 10 minus x. Please open the cameras. Now, you know total gravitational field intensity is 0 here. Or you can say if IA is equal to IB, means this is A, this is B. If both of these, the gravitational pulls, means the gravitational intensity, if both are equal, then only the gravitational field will be 0, the net field. So you know the formula is Gm by R square. Let's put it here for A. G, mass is 2, distance from the neutral point is x squared, is equal to capital G, mass is 6, separation is 10 minus x whole square. So G is cancelled, and let's keep it like this and just find out the root values. So it will be root 2 by x is equal to root 6 by 10 minus x. So if we cross multiply, root 2 10 minus root 2 x is equal to root 6 by, no, root 6 into x. So let's shift this on the other side. 10 root 2 is equal to root 2 plus root 6, and we have taken this x common. Yeah, now we have the answer. X is equal to 10 root 2 divided by root 2 plus root 6. And if you want the separation from the other mass, it is 10 minus this term. Write it all. Jobita, you only told me today that yesterday it was chemistry, today physics, and tomorrow bio.
Like before the other classes for NEET, not my classes.
Other students' classes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, that you are asking. Okay, I'll tell you. I don't remember this.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, class. In the next Saturday, on next Saturday, we'll be continuing this from here. And doubts, I think Shaima, Zainab are there for doubts. And Alina, you will be having your Viva. Okay? All right, class. Thank you so much. You can leave. Goodbye.
Ma'am, will be joining after 5 minutes.
Today,
Yes, ma'am. Me, Alina, and Ali.
Acha, for that, yeah, I have to ask for that because today no reminder was shared for the class.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
just confirm. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.